This is the Brownstone Center News Update for Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. Let's go ahead and get some news together, shall we? Swimmers were warned to stay out of the ocean along the entire East Coast on Wednesday as Hurricane Erin churned northward. The Category 2 storm was still packing sustained winds of 100 miles per hour and projected to bring life-threatening surf to most of the eastern seaboard. Just as many Americans hit the beach for the last days of summer, parts of North Carolina's Outer Banks remain under evacuation orders for coastal flooding, while the most intense conditions expected late Wednesday through Thursday. Beaches were closed as far north as Massachusetts. Meta is once again restructuring its artificial intelligence division as the tech giant ramps up efforts to develop AI that surpasses human intelligence. The reorganization involves splitting Meta Superintelligence Labs into four groups that will focus on research, product development, infrastructure, and large language models. The shakeup comes in the wake of Meta's suspending spree to recruit elite AI talent, which in some cases has involved massive compensation packages for researchers and engineers worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Tech stocks slumped Tuesday evening, dragging the Nasdaq Composite and S&P 500 lower. The sell-off was led by some of the biggest names in the sector, including artificial intelligence bellwether Nvidia, which dropped 3.5%. Elsewhere, AI software maker Palantir tumbled 9%, marking its fifth straight day of declines. While shares of big tech companies are hovering near record highs, one analyst told Bloomberg the valuation appears stretched. Still, market strategists project earnings will continue to drive stock market momentum higher. The U.S. Department of Commerce dramatically expanded the list of imports that fall under its 50% tariffs on aluminum and steel this week, with more than 400 new private derivative products now subject to levies. Affected imports include everything from mobile cranes to baby strollers, motorcycle parts, fire extinguishers, tableware, deodorants, furniture components, and household appliances. The expanded tariffs took effect on Monday with no exceptions for goods already in transit, taking many importers by surprise. Target's getting a new leader. The company announced today that CEO Brian Cornell will be replaced after 11 years by Chief Operating Officer Michael Fidelki as the beleaguered Minneapolis retailer tackles a broad funk. Annual revenues have declined for 2 straight years, a trend that continued despite better than expected second quarter earnings. Fidelki will be tasked with restoring Target's brand in the face of an alienated customer base that has complained of high prices, a stale product line, and understocked shelves. Shares fell as much as 10% pre-market. Wyoming has become the first U.S. state to issue its own stablecoin, marking a milestone for blockchain adoption in the wake of last month's federal legislation to regulate digital assets. The stablecoin, known as the Frontier Stable Token, or FRNT, will be pegged to the U.S. dollar and backed by cash reserves, as well as short-term treasuries. The goal of Wyoming's stablecoin, which will be available on 7 blockchain networks, is to facilitate real-time payments and lower transaction fees for consumers and businesses. When charting the recent decrease in working mothers with children under 5 in the U.S., independent analysis uncovered the data. The federal government, which measures overall female labor participation, missed the sharp decline in the number of women with young children amid the return to office movement. But by not gauging the participation of these cohorts and others, including the amount of unpaid labor performed at home, Bloomberg says the administration effectively eludes social problems and realities of the modern workforce. For more news, information, daily deals, and coupons, head on over to brownstoneworldwide.com throughout your day. Don't forget Cityscape Radio for sound you'll remember and podcasts you'll enjoy. Today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central. The Rivalry Report begins its podcast. Go ahead and follow it directly on Brownstone Worldwide and the Brownstone Brief, as well as its own YouTube channel, The Rivalry Report. And don't forget Brownstone Living magazine. Throughout your day, head on over to our Substack account, The Brownstone Brief, for journalistic commentary and content. You guys, we'll see you around.
Welcome to the neighborhood.